Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today, we're looking at real-world asset tokenization, tokenization of stocks, stablecoins, US treasuries on blockchain technology. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and as always, you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you in the description below this video. Grab it now, and let's talk about real world assets. I wanted to share a little bit of an update on this narrative, which has been one of the strongest narratives in the entire crypto space over the past number of years. And if I jump into DeFi Llama and I come in and find the narrative tracker here, again, it's always very interesting to see real world asset tokenization here as one of the top narratives by growth. This data point is giving us data over the past 30 days. If we look at year to date, interestingly, it's a little bit further down the list, but over the past 365 days, it is technically one of the top performing narratives in the entire crypto space. And it's not without its merits because, again, I often reference this particular study from Roland Berger. We're looking at continued growth potential for real world assets over the next 5 years as we move from 2025 here towards 2030. And Roland Berger estimating that the majority of that is going to come from real estate, debt, and investment funds being the top three tokenized assets. But in the past month or so, with the Solana network, with some announcements from Robinhood and Arbitrum, you've got other companies in Europe like Denari focusing in on the tokenization of stocks on blockchain technology. And one company paving the way there is Xstocks on Solana. We saw huge moves being made here by Xstocks and on the Solana network over the past few weeks. I'm going to show you some of these specific liquidity pools. I'm going to show you some of the growth charts in a moment. But what Xstocks are doing, they are now tokenizing real world stocks on blockchain technology directly on Solana. You can purchase and build your own stock portfolio directly from a self-custody Solana wallet. If I was to take a very simple ticker symbol, just like Tesla, I can come over to a decentralized exchange like Radium. I can paste in the Solana contract address and I can begin purchasing Tesla stock directly here on Radium DEX. I can also use a DEX aggregator like Jupiter if I come over here and I want to get the best rate or the best price. Now, most of these particular X stocks are available on Radium and a little bit less liquidity on decentralized exchanges like Orca at this moment in time. But Jupiter will give me the best route for that particular stock. If I wanted to purchase, let's say, $100 worth of Tesla stock, it's going to give me a route for that particular swap and trade. And we can see it's routing it in this particular option through the OKX DEX router, giving me 0.311 Tesla stocks for $100 of my investment. So this is very exciting. You have a practical and frictionless way to build your own stock portfolio directly in a self-custody Solana wallet. That's number one. Number two, the opportunity here for liquidity providers to generate yield and income from providing liquidity to these actual pools on dexes like Radium. You can see that you can be generating significant amounts of yield, 42% quoted on this Radium pool right now. But if you're to set up your own specific ranges and make them concentrated at a more concentrated level, you could be generating 60, 70, 80% APY from providing liquidity to this particular trading pair. So again, plus and minus 5% range here. We need to actually probably run a test to get some data, but you're probably going to be able to generate 50, 60, 70% APY from providing liquidity to people who are purchasing Tesla stock on Solana with USDC. That's what you're capable of doing here in DeFi, taking back financial control of your future, learning how to generate yield, passive income, DeFi cash flow. If you want to learn more about that, there's a link in the description below for the UIG community. I'm working with a bunch of clients over there to help them do exactly this. So make sure to check out that link in the description of this video. But very exciting stuff happening. I like to use RWA.xyz to help keep a pulse on everything happening with real world asset tokenization. Just like I showed you a moment ago, it's one of the top performing narratives in the entire crypto space over the past 365 days. You cannot fade or ignore this specific narrative, guys. It's clear the trend is moving towards everything being built and on-ramped over to blockchain technology. It makes it more liquid, more capital efficient, and opens up all of these investment vehicles to a broader base of investors who would otherwise never have had the opportunity to be investing in, let's say, tokenized real estate, tokenized stocks, and it makes it much more liquid. And if I jump over here to the market overview, on RWA.xyz, we can see some of the top transfers over the past 7 days directly related to many of these stocks that I was just talking about, these tokenized stocks on Solana. You've got NVIDIA stocks getting scooped up. You've got S&P, SPYX getting scooped up. You're seeing large retail investors and even institutional investors now starting to purchase these tokenized stocks on chain. And the Biddle Fund from BlackRock, if we look at a slightly different segment of this RWA narrative and come over to US Treasuries, we're seeing BlackRock continue to tokenize huge amounts of US Treasuries on chain, building that up from 40 million in March of 2024 to in excess of $2.4 billion worth of tokenized US Treasuries from the BlackRock Biddle Fund alone in the past 15 months. Most of that happening on Ethereum mainnet. They're also doing some stuff on Stellar, Solana, Arbitrum, and many other networks. But this is quite exciting to see the moves being made by huge institutions to tokenize US Treasuries, tokenize US stocks, and of course, stablecoins. With the passing of the Genius Act in the past few weeks, we're seeing the tokenization and the minting of stablecoins beginning to accelerate once again here from an on-chain perspective. Most of that happening on Ethereum and Tron, with Solana, Arbitrum, Binance Smart Chain, and a few other smaller allocations, but very, very exciting moves being made. If I come over to the tokenized stocks area specifically, again, I just want to illustrate the bump or the huge increase in terms of what the X stocks announcement at the beginning of July means when it comes to the tokenization of stocks on chain. We zoom in here, we can see a huge leap in the tokenization of stocks on Solana here. This pink bubble basically representing the growth of tokenized stocks on Solana since the beginning of July of 2025. You can see it's continuing to move up and to the right here. This is a significant increase in the tokenized stocks on chain. And obviously Solana leading the charge here with X stocks and all of those contract addresses that I just showed you from the 65 initial major stocks that they have tokenized on the Solana network. So very exciting times in the real world asset tokenization space. Again, I think this entire market is only going to explode over the next number of months and years as we see more liquidity flowing into crypto, on-ramping into people building robust and substantial tokenized stock portfolios on Solana, on Arbitrum, and blockchain technology. That is it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments below, are you bullish on real world asset tokenization? I've discussed many other tokens in the RWA space, like Ondo, even Mantra, which had a very difficult fall from grace. You've got smaller RWA tokens like Chintai Checks, you've got Red Belly Network, and many, many others. If you want an update on some of those specific tokens, drop your favorite real world asset token in the comments below this video. As always, if you got any value today out of this RWA deep dive, please just take 3 seconds. It literally takes less than 3 seconds. Drop a quick thumbs up on the video. It helps to spread the good word. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and we'll catch you in the next one.